Alright, this is the main load panel for the house, and on the bottom of it there's this little square box which is a surge suppressor, a whole house surge suppressor, and it's been painted the same color as the house, so it's been here for a while because the house hasn't been painted for a while. Also, it doesn't appear to have any indicator lights that tell us if it's still good or not. Alright, and this is what the load panel looks like inside. Installed in '96. It is a square D panel, and it's specifically a QO load center, and that QO becomes important when we're buying things for it. You can see there's square D company. So to get the cover off, there's these 3 screws here. The bottom pulls out, and then it exposes 240 volts live AC. So power comes into the house from the meter, so these guys are energized, 240 volts, don't touch. And then power goes out of the house, out into the house through these wires here. And you can see right here, there's the surge suppressor, has a neutral wire going up to the neutral bus bar, that's the white wire, and then it has 2 black wires, the small black wires, and those black wires are going up to these giant lugs here. And I'm not sure if that was code in '96. It's certainly not code now. You're not supposed to put multiple wires into a lug like that. So it may still be working. I just don't know. I'm not going to touch it. I don't want to take these grub screws out and risk loosening those wires. They've been working since presumably '96, and I want to keep them working just the way they are. But we have openings here in the panel to put breakers, and we're going to make use of that to install a whole house surge suppressor. So right now you can see those bus bars are definitely energized. So this is a square D by Schneider Electric surge breaker for QO panels, and this particular one has a wire that comes out that hooks into the neutral bar. Construction manual. Here is the thing itself. You'll notice it hooks to 2 hot leads, and then it snaps into the panel with these plastic connectors. That's just for structural, just to hold it in place. And then this is the wire that goes up to your neutral bar, and you can see this is a solid wire, it's not stranded. So we're going to bend that in place and put it up to the appropriate position to screw this guy in. We might need to strip just a little bit more there. This guy here is rated to 22 kiloamps. So it's not the most powerful surge suppressor, but it has the benefit of fitting into the panel, and it just takes up 2 breaker spots, or like a double breaker. Alright, so I turned off the main interrupter here before I took the panel off even, and we can verify there's no AC down here. There is, however, AC up there still. So we are going to attach the breaker at the highest point here, and then we will run the wire up to the neutral bus bar up there. So on a much newer panel, this here might be a neutral, a plug-R neutral, and if that was plug-R neutral, you wouldn't need to get the one with the wire, you could get the one with the plug-R neutral here. But this is not electrically connected there, and so it's just physically a mounting point. So the only electrical connections are those 2 things there that this guy can snap into. Alright, so to get that guy installed, I had to push on this front surface first until those guys snapped on, and then I pushed on the back here to snap that in there. And so that guy is latched on there pretty well, and now we just have to run this wire up to this neutral bar up here. So we're basically going to have to cut it the appropriate length, strip a ½ inch off, and put it into one of these screws and tighten it on. Right, So we have the breaker surge suppression device in place. We have the neutral line going up there to neutral, and that neutral is tied to the neutral that comes in from this panel. And this panel has this copper grounding wire that goes down to that copper pole. Supposedly that's in the ground like 6 feet down. So we are counting on the fact that this ground is tied in there to be the grounding for this guy. So this guy takes the same space as a double, 240 volt breaker. So I'm going to have to twist out these two, number 2 and 4 sections to have a room for it to come out through the panel. So those are called twist outs because you just twist them out. Alright, so that shows up in your panel. So you have an indicator light here. Once the panel cover's back on, you can flip this guy up. So you can verify the indicator light is green. And if that guy ever goes out, then you know you need to replace this. I'm leaving this original one in here because I don't know it's gone bad, and it doesn't hurt to have it in there. Even if it has gone bad, it just won't do anything. I don't want to have to patch the hole on the bottom there, and I especially don't want to have to take those cables out of the lugs.